Hey everybody, happy Saturday, happy Valentine's Day yesterday. Um, Maybe you celebrated last night, or maybe today or tonight you celebrated, or maybe you're like me and my husband, who we didn't really celebrate at all because he's sick and I wasn't feeling well. And so we just ordered in and sat on opposite ends of the couch and kept our distance from each other so that we wouldn't contaminate each other any further. So we had a really romantic Valentine's Day around here. But that's okay, because we get to see each other every other day of the year. But maybe some of you had a similar experience because you've been sick, or maybe the kids have been sick. And I know being sick is such a huge inconvenience. Like we don't have time to be sick. We're busy people. We got things to do, places to go, people to see, right? And being sick just hinders that. It just gets in the way of life. And we can really struggle with having a decent attitude when we're sick. So this kind of goes back to one of our posts this week. The insight is attitude can turn problems into achievements. And the mindfulness question is, do you have the attitude of a warrior or a victim? And so when we're sick, I think it's really easy for us to get the attitude of a victim. Like, why me? Why is this happening to me? Get whiny, etc. And so this is just something maybe that will help with the attitude, your attitude, as you're going through trying to get over being sick. So I have an analogy to share. Think about going on a road trip. So let's say you have an 8 or 10 hour road trip that you have to go on. And before you leave, you make sure your car is filled up with gas, you've got snacks, you got everything you need. So you set out on your trip, but eventually you're gonna have to pull over and fill up with gas again. Maybe you need to use the restroom, maybe you just need to stretch your legs, maybe you need more snacks. But you pull over, you rest a little bit, do what you need to do, and then you get back in the car and get back on the road and you keep going. But you're probably gonna have to pull over a few more times on your trip. Same thing in life, right? Life is kind of like a road trip. We all have our own, paths that we're on, places that we're headed in life, things that we're wanting to achieve, things that we have to get done. And we sometimes have to pull over because we're sick or we need to just rest or recuperate. Sometimes those rest stops in life can look like a vacation, and those are the fun rest stops, but probably more often than not, it's the rest stops that we have to pull over. We have to take some time to give our bodies time to rest and recuperate. So my battery is running low, so I'll just keep trying to record this and we'll see how it goes. Okay. So anyway, in life, we have to do this. And a lot of times we can let it affect us to where we feel like we just don't want to keep doing what we were doing. So let's say, you're sick and now you can't go work out because you need to rest, right? Or you're not feeling well. And sometimes we can let that just kind of make us decide, well, just forget it. I'm not even going to keep working out. I got off of my routine. So, I'm out of my routine. I'm just going to sit home and eat cookies instead of work out. But when we are on our road trip, we don't think that, right? We know that we're going to have to pull over and we know we're going to get right back on the road and keep going to where we're headed. We don't just turn around and go back home. So think about how you can maybe consider how this applies to life and allow yourself the grace and acceptance that there are times when you're going to have to just rest and take a break and let yourself fill up again with energy and health and wellness so that you can get back on your path and your road to doing what you want to do. So I don't know, maybe that'll help you. I love analogies, and whenever I can connect something to something a bit more tangible in life, it just helps me to understand it and just kind of helps me to think about it a little differently. So I wanted to share that with you tonight. If you are sick right now, maybe that'll help you just think about it a little bit differently and know that you're going to get past it and then you're going to get right back on your normal schedule and get back to what you were doing. So Hope you have a restful weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.